Newcastle Fans TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to the last word here on Newcastle Fans TV. So it is another win for Newcastle. Harry's just been checking his phone because he's just been checking the One Football app. Have a look at this.
Sam, what are you doing?
I'm just checking through all my football apps just to get some of the latest news.
Well, you don't need to. You need the One Football app. The One Football app sponsors Newcastle Fans TV, and it has all of the latest breaking news, putting loads of articles together. Even Steve Bruce is on there when he's been announced as West Brom manager recently. It's all up to date. The best thing about the app, it pings when there's breaking news. You need it, Sam. Get downloading the One Football app. The link is in the description for that.
I'm downloading it now.
Yeah, so Harry's been checking the One Football. Newcastle, the stats, it was second best to almost everyone, but who cares? We've won. This is the last word. You know what this kind of video is all about. You've got some in-game clips coming up. We're going to talk about the lineups, and we're going to also hear from Eddie Howe a little bit later and have a little spy on the league table and then those tough 3 away fixtures. Let's begin with the lineups, Harry. Unchanged. Did that surprise you?
Not really. No, I don't see us needing to make any changes from a 2-0 away win. And Eddie Howe has clearly liked to keep a unchanged, not necessarily unchanged, but he clearly likes to keep a winning team. He likes to not change the lineup when we're winning, or as little as possible, because to instill confidence in the players and to just make them feel kind of secure. If the team's winning, why should you change the team? So yeah, I wasn't surprised at all. I thought ASM would get onto the bench, which he did. So yeah, no complaints from me.
The only thing that when we did the preview was just the right back. That was it, wasn't it? So it was. We thought Mankiewicz would come in. Well, that was Nathan's choice on the preview. But yeah, looking at Brighton's side, there was quite a few changes. I expected Neil Maupay to start, and I looked at that line and thought, I'm pretty happy about that, to be honest with you, because there's quite a few people missing. So yeah, so those were the 2 lineups. The only one that we got wrong in the preview was obviously the right back, and obviously you can see Brighton's lineup on your screen as well. But we'll move on to the game. First 10 minutes, Harry, it was Brighton, wasn't it, effectively coming out, and then we've got those 2 mad rushes. Talk to me about what the first goal.
Yeah, so as you say, it was all Brighton up until then. First goal, Brighton had a corner. I think we've headed it clear. I can't remember. Willock has it on the outside of the box. He plays it into Chris Wood, and a sort of kind of through ball. Wood spins off his man and plays a fantastic through ball to Jacob Murphy, who's peeling off Cucurella on kind of halfway line. But
now, when he's through on goal, what are you thinking?
He's going to miss. That's what I'm thinking, unfortunately. And unfortunately, yeah, he's gone through. He's tried to chip the keeper. Robert Sanchez has flicked it onto the post, and Ryan Fraser's there to follow up and tap it in and put it into the net.
Do you think Murphy's very lucky there, that Fraser's there? Because we would have hounded him.
Absolutely, absolutely. I also don't want to be too harsh on him, because his burst of pace in behind was an asset for both goals, and so arguably we don't score without Jacob Murphy today. But I did think his performance wasn't great today. He does have to start putting his chances away, or he's literally showing us why he's on the bench, because he can't take the chances that someone else would, or he doesn't create as much.
He's only on the side because of ASM, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So,
and really, his competition is probably that other starting position, which is Fraser, who puts it in the back of the net. Yeah,
so he's got to start putting them away, or face a future away from the club, or on the bench, really, which is unfortunate for him. But it's just the way it is. He's got to start putting them away.
But at least he's starting, because Miguel Miron's not even getting a look on in the minute because his form's deteriorated. But we scored pretty quick again, very, very quickly. We won a free kick. Fraser, again, now he's adding assists and goals to him. And he's, Joe Linton won Player of the Month, and Ryan Fraser, he's got to be a very close second to that, because his form's been brilliant. Great whipped in ball, if I can remember, because I'm in the Gallagher, so I just remember Fabian Schär getting ahead of his man, and then he heads it. You think the Sanchez should do better?
I think so. It's at his kind of near post. It's from the side the free kick's taken, and he's just tipped it into the side net, and I don't think he got the strongest of hands to it, so yeah, he probably could have tipped it round for me.
So we're 2-0 up already after the first 15-20 minutes. You're thinking, how? I know there's a couple of chances each side, but I can't remember Sanchez having loads to do. I can't remember Dubravka having loads to do. And we're 2-0 up, and as the game, we'll talk about the second half more, but Brighton had to, you know what you get with Brighton, you know that they keep the ball very well, and they were targeting Emil Krafth. That's the only thing I was worried about that first half. It was Cucurella, and there was sometimes 2 and 3, sometimes, and Jacob Murphy had to come back. So, but we got it at half time, the lads went in 2-0 up. I don't think we deserved to be 2-0 up personally, do you?
No, absolutely not. It was completely against the run of play, those 2 goals in the first 13 minutes, whatever it was, and then from then on, Brighton just hogged the ball really, couldn't create a chance, plenty of half chances, but they couldn't create anything. And yeah, I think we were, to be honest, should have probably been level pegging in the first half and arguably in the second half, which we'll obviously come on to. So I think, yeah, very fortunate to go in 2-0 up at half time.
And then we came out second half, and we just thought, you know what, we're just gonna go way over here, and we'll just do the. I look tiny compared to you there. We'll just do the video from here because that's how deep Newcastle were. So they were incredibly deep, and I was worried. It's like Blumnell was so deep. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55 until they scored. I said to you before with Dubravka earlier on tonight about should he do better for the goal.
I don't know, I'd have to see it again, as I said. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because it was coming, that goal.
It was coming, but they weren't creating a lot. And you know what? Ironically, the positive is they've scored from a set piece. They haven't scored from a sloppy defensive mistake in behind, or you know, because Brighton had a lot of runners today, which we all tracked. You see the amount of times Lamptey was offside in the first half, which I think we just defended very well, and it's a lapse of concentration at a set piece which has caught us out. But it just, to me, that highlights how solid we were defensively. Ironically, because we have conceded from a set piece, but Brighton couldn't create anything other than that. Yeah,
and I thought Target handled Lamptey pretty well, and I think Emil Krafth, as the game went on, got better and better. Obviously, I did touch on there first half. He's struggling a little bit, but yeah, he grew in confidence second half, and but even then, it didn't wake Newcastle up. That goal, you think, oh God, and it reminded me of the Bruce days where we just parked the bus and just hope for the best. And thankfully, Newcastle obviously came away, but then again, they didn't really create too much. I know there was towards the end there was 1 or 2 chances, but it was nervous. Don't get me wrong, and obviously we've seen the substitutions and what have you, but you don't want to go through that again, do you? Steve Bruce tactics.
No, and it was frustrating at times. Seeing us drop so deep and not even hit them on the counter attack. Really, that every time we try to get forward, we lost it sloppily. So yeah, it was quite frustrating. But at the end of the day, we've got the 3 points, and that's what matters. Yeah, you don't want to see a lot of that going forward. But if we keep on winning, it's not a problem. And I'm sure Eddie Howe, in time, start to implement his style of play. Brighton do that to a lot of teams. They're very good at keeping the ball. So yeah,
and that's why I was surprised that they started without Morphy. I know he came on and he was trying to get involved a lot more, and obviously ESM was the threat when he came on. He got 28 minutes and Newcastle were just parking the bus, just hoping for the grind out the win. We did. Obviously we've seen Bruno come on, get 10 minutes, and we're seeing Sean Longstaff literally in the last second, but Newcastle did hang on, even Sanchez was chucked up top as well to try and get something, and they didn't come to reveal. And yeah, there was a couple of half-cut chances for Newcastle on the counter, but poor performance. But as Harry says, we got the win, and that's the end of the day. And I think Eddie Howe will admit that. Here he is. Here is Newcastle's manager.
To go any length of games unbeaten in the Premier League is very difficult because you're always a game away from a very difficult opponent. I thought Brighton were today. I thought they played well. Very much a possession-based team. We found it difficult with the 2-goal lead to control the game in any way. But what we did have to do is defend very well, and I thought, especially when the game went 2-1, I thought we did that really well. Yeah, the goal, I think, I need to see again. Always disappointed to concede from a set play. We scored from one ourselves, which we were pleased with. So yeah, it all depends on which viewpoint you're looking at. But the most important thing, I think, for the next 2 minutes when it went 2-1, we defended well. And for the remainder of the game, really, they had a few moments, quite a lot of balls in our box, but I thought we defended them very well. I've worked with Ryan many times for many years, and I've got no doubt about his abilities as a footballer. Joelinton are the same, and since I've come in, he's been magnificent for me. I think there's been some growth in the team. I think we have improved. I still feel we've got a long way to go to be the team that we want to be, but ultimately all I can ask at this stage is that the players give me everything to try and win every game, and so far they have.
Right, so that was the backroom team. That was Eddie Howe, and yeah, we've got 3 points, everybody. That's what matters, and we'll talk about the league now. Obviously, we seen earlier on today, Leeds got beat again, which helps Newcastle out. I wanted Leicester to win. I know people say, oh, we could chase Leicester, but I think Leicester will pull away from us, because I think Newcastle will have a dip in form again. We're on a great run, don't get me wrong, but expect Newcastle to slump again. But are you like me, where you're just looking where 18th is and says, there's a bit of cushion there now?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely brilliant. Results were pretty good for us today, other than Brentford beating Norwich. Other than that, the results were good, because Burnley got hammered 4-0 by Chelsea, which was very good. 7 points above them now.
But we've got Chelsea soon.
Yeah, no, we do obviously next Sunday, but still a positive to see our rivals getting defeated heavily like that, and because they had a bit of momentum, Burnley as well.
Yeah.
So 7 points ahead of them now. I think it is still obviously looking very rosy, and hopefully the form continues at Southampton on Thursday.
It is. It does look good at the minute, but Harry says there we've got Southampton, and it'll be an interesting one, because we're now going to face 3 away games, and Newcastle might only get a point, because we don't have a great. I know just before lockdown we won at Southampton, but we don't have a great record over the years. Chelsea, are we really expecting to get anything? I know confidence is high. Everton one's probably the big one that we'll probably look at and think, well, they're a relegation rival to us. But if you look at those 3 games, Harry, how many points would you take?
I would take 4.
Realistic then, how many do you think we'll get then?
I think me saying I'll take 4, that's being quite low. I think we could quite comfortably get 6. And really? That's very positive. I think we could quite comfortably win Southampton and Everton and lose to Chelsea. I'm not being too optimistic about that Chelsea game, because obviously they've just put 4 past Burnley, and they're a quality side with many talented players. But I think Everton are on a very, very bad run of form. Only two wins recently, yeah. I think. So I think Southampton are obviously on a fantastic run, but so are we. So I'd bring it on. I think I'd take a point from Southampton, and I think we'll beat Everton. I genuinely think we will. I think it's very positive.
We put off by Ben Dawson there. Ben Dawson was literally just right in front of us, literally there, like 5 yards in front of us, getting in his car with his family whilst Harry was talking. So you might be put off by that, because I thought you might say something. But yeah, it's great, and obviously we'll look forward to it. I'm hopeful, obviously I'm at all 3 away days as well, so I'll be putting in the miles up and down the country, and I am hoping. I think the minimum I would want is 2 draws. I'll take Southampton draw. I think we'll get beat off Chelsea, and we'll just draw and keep Everton underneath us, because it's a tough ask, and it's going to be a lot of rotated. I mean, we try and predict 11 in the previews. It's going to be tough the next 3, because you probably see people who aren't really playing. You might even see Dwight Gale start. You might see Sean Longstaff. You might say Manquillo might come back in. You might say the captain come back in. Bruno will get a start. There'll be a lot of changes. Expect that. It's not going to be the full strength. But on the positive, we're winning games of football. We're 8 games unbeaten. It should be the teams looking at us and thinking, oh, dear me, we're playing against a team that 8 unbeaten here. But from St James's Park, it stopped raining, which is great. This has been the last word. Harry, thank you as ever.
And thank you as well.
We'll see you later, everyone. Ta-da.